Many teams think Morpheus is just an on-prem hypervisor. In fact, Morpheus is much more than that. It's a cross-platform IT operation orchestrator to manage workloads for both on-prem and in public cloud with a single portal, enabling you to provision, govern, and automate your whole workload stack. I am Rambo Wang from HPE Hybrid Cloud, and today I want to show a quick demo of using Morpheus Blueprint to provision a web stack, both on-prem and in public cloud. I will also demonstrate and compare side by side to deploy all of this within HPE Morpheus interface between on-prem Hyper-V and Azure public cloud. Now, let's have some hands-on Morpheus. From Morpheus dashboard, let's start from Cypher. Cypher is the centralized key value stores across all clouds managed by Morpheus, including Hyper-V and Azure public cloud. In the scripts in Morpheus tasks, archives. Archives is the centralized repository for all the bits and the bytes. In this demo, we are going to store our installation medias, mostly in the ISO bucket. And we can see there is a SQL Server. Next one, we are going into library, automation, and look at the most basic execution unit called the tasks. Each task contains a script, which is designed to be relatively simple and finish one job at a time. This makes each script highly reusable. I created a server ISO file ready. The first one is to download the ISO file from Morpheus archive, like we just showed. And you can see the download link is the same as the ones in the archives. The second, to write this SQL Server host IP into Cypher within the SQL Server configuration script. However, there is a better idea like here, to get the IP from the blueprint deployment automatically. So I don't have to deal with Cypher in this case. I will demonstrate how it works a bit later. With workflow is the place to define the execution of the tasks by sequence. The first one we're going to look at is the one for Azure. So we can see that this is the web stack setup for SQL Server Azure. We can put multiple steps here, but the most easy one is put the new Windows SQL Server customization script, post provisioning, and then we will get the SQL Server ISO files. Then we're gonna install SQL Server, and then finally config SQL Server. This is the workflow prepared for Azure. So I'm going to add blueprints with the exact same here. So this is the web stack Hyper-V, and this is the web stack Azure. I'm going to firstly add a database layer here. And within the database, I'm going to tell this is a Hyper-V environment. And then this will be the Ignite 2025 cloud. It's still a testing environment like this. And this is basically the information about the database component in this stack. I'm going to add another web here. And with the web tier, similarly, it is Hyper-V and it is the same cloud environment. And there will be information to be filled here. Similarly, I'm going to add a database layer in the Azure part, and then going to add the group is same group, but different cloud. Same test environment here, and then add web. Azure again, same environment. Now I'm going to host here, and then I'm going to fill in all this information Now let's take a quick look at the defined blueprint. On the left-hand side, this is the web stack defined on Hyper-V. So I have one instance name called HV web stack SQL, and we are going to come back a little bit later when the job finished and see the results. After a while, we can see that both provision jobs finished. This one. So this is the address of the on-prem IIS and ASP virtual machine. So we can see that this is the SQL Server IP address, deploy time, and also SQL Server information. And this is the IP address of the IIS and the ASP virtual machine in Azure. Both are exactly the same, except the different IP address and the different access method. That concludes this blueprint demo. HPE Cloud Ops software is a complete software suite designed for operations in a hybrid cloud world. It helps you to provision, observe, protect, optimize, and govern your workloads, both on-prem and in public cloud. HPE Morpheus is just one part of that. For more information about them, please contact us at hpe.com.